What's going on, Cancer? And welcome to the Chariot Friends. Justin here, and I hope you're feeling incredible today. So, for those of you who are returning, welcome back, Soul Tribe. I appreciate your subscriptions, your likes, and shares. Your support really does mean a lot to me, and it keeps us growing. And for those of you who are new, welcome. I'm happy Higher Self has brought you here. We are in for an amazing journey. So the purpose of this channel are for those of you who have Cancer in your placement. Sun, Moon, Rising, Mars, wherever, Cancer. This one's for you. And I do tarot card spreads based off our ruler here, the good old Moon. And I'll talk about what sign she's in, what phase she's in, when she's going void, of course, just all of those lunar shenanigans. And just so you're all aware, this is a general reading, not a one-to-one, so take what resonates with you, leave the rest with me. Never force a reading on a situation, and everything will be fantastic, Cancer. Now, let's jump into it. Your space has been cleansed. Gems, feeling lovely. Just good energy all around here, Cancer. Now, Cancer, the moon's going to be going void, of course, today at about 5 in the morning, and that's going to be Central Time. And then she's going to be moving in from Scorpio into Libra. Wouldn't that be something moving backwards? Libra into Scorpio. And I figure since we've been in Libra energy the last few days, we are going to go, oh, look at you. Since we've been in Libra energy the last few days, we're going to shift over to Scorpio. And she's going to be entering Scorpio at about 6:05 in the evening, Cancer. So that's going to be about a 13-hour and 5-minute void, of course. I'm getting ahead of myself. Because with the void, of course, time, the void, of course, is a good time for meditation. You know, it's a good for introspection and just doing any kind of like internal work, and especially that's going to be extra well, when Moon's in Scorpio. But also, this is energy that your plans might be subject to sudden changes, so it's just something to be mindful of. And also, people are less likely to make decisions during this time, so just pay attention to that, Cancer. And now with the moon being in Scorpio later this evening, Scorpion energy, I feel like Scorpio can get a bad rep sometimes. Scorpio energy, it can come across as a little intense, but they're the detectives of the zodiac. They're all about secrecy. It's very powerful energy, very passionate, and they deal with things of the occult. So their energy is going to be very intuitive time for you as well, a little mysterious. So just kind of pay attention to that, Cancer. This is a good time, considering too that we're getting into like the waning phases. Scorpio's energy is great, I feel like, for really kind of analyzing, what we could have done differently, where we wanted to improve. Scorpio's got your back. And then lastly, the deck set I'm working with. Cancer, I'm all over the place. The phase that the moon's in. She's in a waning give as well. I was talking about that. And this is just like, things are starting to settle down now. This is a good time to kind of think about in all the ways that you've evolved, evaluate everything that's happened and see where you want to go into this next lunar cycle, getting ready to come up in Aries soon. And then now lastly, the decks that I'm working with. This one is the Dreamy Moons Tarot deck. And this one is the Astrology Oracle deck. And I've included links for these decks and other decks that I like down in the description box below. So definitely check that out if you're interested, Cancer. The Cancer, check out this general energy of the day. This is a good energy about to go into the weekend here. We have the Ace of Wands. And the Ace of Wands, Cancer, this is an opportunity for you to take action in whatever it is that you want to do. Ace of Wands is kind of like that's sudden like that fire that's been lit. You found that thing that just like, I don't know, got you excited. Maybe you've discovered a new hobby, or maybe you found maybe even like a job opportunity or something. Maybe like there's a position that opened up that that really kind of caters to your skills, and you're like maybe going for that. Or maybe this could be something as far as like maybe going for like new courses of learning, whether it be going to school or maybe going on, doing something online, whatever it is, Cancer. Ace of Wands gives us the energy to just to bring something new into our lives, to take that step, that next step into the unknown, and to go boldly, Cancer. I little bit about me. I may have told this story before, but right before I was even thinking about doing these channels and things like that, making the shift from doing like my 9 to 5 and kind of switching over. Things were already starting to go kind of weird at the company anyway, and it was a good company. But, I was at this place where I was like, higher self, should I, do I, like, does this feel like the right move? Or, what kind of, give me a sign here. And I got Ace of Wands. And I'll tell you what, Cancer, it's been worth it ever since. And, Cancer, I feel like if maybe that we might feel that urge to maybe start something new, but we're not sure what that is, tap into the Scorpion energy. Scorpio is good for that, to kind of really investigate yourself and do a deep dive. Scorpio is fixed energy. Of the signs, you got cardinal, fixed, and mutable. In fixed signs, they're the type of energy that once they hone in on something, absolutely, Ace of Wands all the way. When they really find something that kind of speaks to them. So I feel like, Cancer, we work with this energy to kind of maybe find something new that you want to incorporate in your life. This could be a hobby. Maybe we're thinking about starting like a side gig. Maybe we're thinking about maybe we're moving up at our business, or maybe even possibly changing companies altogether. This is a good time. Is there something that you've been wanting to possibly do? Maybe learn a new language, learn a new skill, whatever, Cancer. No matter how big or small, Ace of Wands got your back, and it does. It motivates us and encourages us to do things that light our fire. That add that zest to life, that adds that enthusiasm. Just makes this whole journey worthwhile, Cancer. So let's see how we can work with this energy. I love the Ace of Wands. And you've been getting a lot of aces, Cancer. I feel like this has been a week for you for, new beginnings, for considering your readings from earlier. Just noticing, something's, I've been talking about this. And actually, I just did Pisces energy yesterday. And yeah, something's cooking up for the water signs here. I feel like it's time to take control and to start up, brand new stuff. Go do something fun, Cancer. Because interesting, we got the Three of Coins. Wow, we got the Three of Crystals and the Three of Cups here, Cancer. And I feel like that maybe some of us, I feel like the reason that maybe possibly, that some of us may not feel motivated to try something new, or feel like maybe they don't have enough time, or something along those lines. I feel like with this Three of Cups, I feel like that it may be, maybe for some, maybe we were discouraged in the past. Maybe it could be by family, possibly by friends, maybe by co-workers. Just because these energies here are like night and day. Three of Cups and Three of Swords. So I feel like that maybe someone either close to us, or, someone we can, held in esteem, or, where their opinions mattered. Maybe we even were pitching ideas, or, maybe talking about working some stuff here, but maybe it was maybe, for example, if this was like a partner, you're like, hey, I think I want to make more time for this, but it's like, are you kidding with, with all the stuff, we're so busy, we don't have the finances for it, we may not have all the time for this, maybe if we have family, we got to think about children and getting them from A to B and doing all this stuff. It may just been like, maybe that could be an example of where it's like, just like life stuff, maybe, or like, I don't want to say life stuff, but more so like, I don't want to say that kind of, Cancer. It's like, we're prioritizing everything else but what we want to do. You know what I mean? And I feel like that, Cancer, and I think we're kind of talking a little bit about this yesterday, where I'm all for, supporting our friends and supporting our family and doing stuff for them. we got to do some stuff for us too, Cancer, because this is what happens. This is when we don't treat ourselves every now and again. And again, this doesn't have to be anything super big. This could be going out. If you used to, I don't know, do stuff where you would go and like, I don't know, maybe like grab yourself a coffee and go sit in the park and maybe read the newspaper. Do something to treat yourself, Cancer, and do something specifically for you, because over time, what happens is we start building up, maybe not resentment for our family, but maybe I feel like special, like resentment for ourselves, possibly for not taking opportunities, for not carving out more time for ourselves. Also, this could just get you to the place where you're just kind of worn out, bummed out. Things don't seem to like feel like we were getting ahead, and it becomes these just like ingrained wounds, and it gets so much harder to heal the longer we leave these crystals jammed in our hearts here, Cancer. You know, there's, even if, you know, when I'm thinking in this family realm, because listen, Cancer, I understand responsibilities. You know, this is, I would never tell you to put yourself in a place where you're gonna be in like a precarious situation. But I mean, if we're ignoring, you know, doing stuff for us and taking care of ourselves and making sure that, you know, we're getting a little bit of happiness and stuff out of this, you know, we're already kind of in a precarious situation. You know, it's a balance, Cancer, because even if we have like little ones, it's not to say just because you want to take a moment and have some time, some me time, Cancer, that don't mean that you don't love these little rascals. It's just like, hey, in order for me to love you, I have all this love to give you, but I also need to give a little love to myself so that you can be an example to, Cancer, for these kids. You know, if that's, because I feel like that family is a big one. You know, I feel like if we don't take time for ourselves, you know, I feel like we could be a good example to, Cancer, for the next generations. You know, taking time, showing them that it's okay to take time for us, you know, and do things that we like, you know, incorporate some fun, you know, that it's not just all anxiety and work and bills and stuff and obligations all the time, you know, that we can balance this stuff out here. Because Cancer, you know, even looking at, you know, some of my friends personally, you know, they're, you know, having kids and kind of looking, you know, kind of glancing at charts and stuff. These generations that are coming up here, Cancer, they're going to change the game up. And I feel like that we should be, or I feel like it would benefit them and us if we become models for doing stuff that raise not just our vibrations, because when we do that, Cancer, we're raising everybody's vibration, you know, because then you're operating in a good space. And then this could be something too, as you're doing this, you know, maybe your family could be like, oh my goodness, I Cancer, this is so much fun, how do we blah blah blah, you know, it could become a whole thing. But also, Cancer, if someone has told us, you know, that it is not practical, and this could be anybody, you know, family, friends, you know, work, family, whatever. If anyone has told us that, you know, like carving out time for, you know, or doing like little extra stuff is like frivolous, or, you know, that it's not practical, or this could be even stuff that we may tell ourselves, Cancer, I say, you know, take what resonates with you. You know, like if you feel that this is something you want to do it, Cancer. This is your journey, you know, and working in little stuff, you know, and you know what, too, Cancer, possibly for some, I'm just thinking with this 3 of Cups, 3 of Crystals kind of combo here, maybe there are some of us, and I feel like for a Cancerian, this is kind of, this would be kind of hard. I feel like that maybe there might be like a rift possibly in the family right now. You know, maybe there's, I don't want to say like that things have gone south per se, but maybe there are some tensions maybe, or some things that might need to be, that may want to be addressed. You know, maybe, you know, however this is translating for you, Cancer. And if that's the case, you know, I feel that it's one of those things that if we ignore this, you know, if it's like, you know, close family, friends, whatever, then this is going to become a thing. But if we tackle this thing as it makes sense, Cancer. I'm not saying like, go if we're having a disagreement, don't go just like assault this person with like Ace of Wands, like, hey, we need to talk about this right now. No, like just like, hey, I've noticed there's some weirdness. Can we address this dissonance in the room? Or am I making this up? Because if we're feeling Three of Crystals, maybe it could be, maybe there's something out of nothing, Cancer. But I feel like it's always good to put your thoughts at ease anyway, and it never hurts to just like check in with our friends, family, such anyway. I feel like that's not a bad thing to say, like, hey, like even if there's nothing going on, just, hey, are we good? Is there anything that that's been on your mind? Just whatever, like safe space, judgment free zone, what's good. So any more here? Yeah, hopefully, excuse me, hopefully that's making sense, Cancer. Let's move on to some challenges working with this energy. All right, let's see what we got here, Cancer. Interesting. Oh, Cancer. All right. So for some challenges here, man, don't panic. It's not bad, but a decision's gonna be, and I shouldn't even say it's not bad. It's just a decision might need to be made here, Cancer. Because you got the Knight of Crystals, the Judgment card, and the Eight of Cups. Let's start with the Eight of Cups. The Eight of Cups, Cancer, I feel like this, normally the Eight of Cups is about letting stuff go, but Cancer, I feel like that this is more so saying that if we've had things that we've put to the side, maybe for whatever reasons, maybe we got, maybe things started up with our careers, things started taking up there, and not even careers, but like maybe stuff with like work got involved, or maybe we started, started a family, or I'm just feeling if there's something that has, like, if like, for example, Cancer, it's, what I'm getting is like it's like one of those situations if you were to go down to like the basement or up to the attic and you were to open up some old boxes and kind of go through some things, and you may find some like old work that you used to do, like maybe some old pictures that you used to paint, or maybe some stuff that you used to craft. If we have some things maybe in our garage that we've been thinking about working on but we've not made the time, or even just like Cancer, this doesn't even necessarily have to be a hobby, or I mean like picking up like something like that. It could be, how is our environment looking? Are we, like if we own our own place, for example, have we done any sort of like, have we been thinking about fixing up like the shutters or doing any type of work? I feel like just like things that we've just put on the back burner, Cancer. Are there some things that maybe we can get like, start just like incorporating just some side stuff here? Because I find, or at least I feel that a lot of the times, when we're just kind of going through like the day to day, it's like we get up, we'll go to work, we get home, maybe have like a little me time, and then, but we never seem to have, or at least I feel like that there never seems to be enough time to do all of the things we want. Like, it's like, man, I've been meaning to fix this drawer for a while, or I've been wanting to sort through photos to do, maybe make an album, or something like that, Cancer. I feel like that, because with the Judgment kind of coming through here, it's not that I feel like there's something big that's getting ready, like big that needs to be changed, but I do feel like that some transformations or some I'm going to say, I feel like maybe some spring cleaning needs to happen. This could be like some physical cleaning, like around our place, or even just like some emotional cleaning, or some spiritual cleaning. Have we been, again, are there some stuff that we've been wanting to make some moments for, but that we've just kind of put on the back burner here? Well, Cancer, I feel like that This Judgment card is saying, let's make some time for that. And this is Pluto energy. In Cancer, Scorpio is ruled by both Mars and Pluto here. So we're getting some strong Pluto energy. So I feel like that there may be a time to, Pluto's a planet of transformation. It's of evolution. It's a very, considering how, it's the smallest, what now, it's like a dwarf planet. I don't even just consider the planet anymore. Pluto still packs a mad punch, as far as like the transformation goes. And Pluto's going to get ready to move into Aquarius for a little bit, towards the, I want to say the 23rd of March. So this is a time, Cancer, to start embracing some changes, because things are getting ready to go down, and then not like in a scary way, Cancer, but I just feel like that, this is that the energies are in a great place for evolution. So, and pursuing these long lost things. And who knows, Cancer, you'd be like, when we start doing stuff like that, it's, I really don't know how to explain it until we start making time for that. Things start changing. Do we have any like old clothes or anything that we need to, you got stuff like, the neck might be all, what's that called, bacon neck? Do we have some old stuff that we need to throw out? This is just, I feel like incorporating some newness here, Cancer. And, even thinking with like the family and like the feelings. It's like maybe some of this changes. Maybe this is not what you're going through. Maybe everyone may not be vibing with that, Cancer. But here's the thing. If we're doing stuff to raise our vibrations, this is something, explain what, why we're doing this. If your family, seems to have any kind of like questions or anything. And I would hope that, there would be some understandings. But Cancer, we do have to consider that even in a relationship, or a tight-knit family, transformation has to happen for all of us, and it's all individual. So we need that time to do some stuff like that. And again, it's not like I'm saying you need to take like a week and go on a sabbatical, or go on like a vision quest or anything like that. And Cancer, if you can, that'd be dope, and tell me about it. But just something to think about more. All right, let's see. Let's get some advice from the dual planets. I think we're gonna split this up. We're gonna get some advice from Mars, and then we're gonna get some advice from Pluto here. And I like that with this Mars, because Mars is about energy, is about like what we desire. What is our passion, the sex drive, energy. This is Mars is Ace of Wands at its finest. So let's see what advice Mars has for you, Cancer. That Emperor energy. Oi. All right, and okay, we're keeping. Yeah, okay. Mars got a lot to say. Oh, okay. Let's see what's going down here, Cancer. Oh! Why don't we just talk? Wow, Cancer. The Emperor's here, one. Wow, okay. So, that means he's about to get real. Let's see what else we got. More of these? Okay. This? No. Okay, so putting that one back. All right, Cancer. Mars got a lot to say. So, we got the Page of Cups, Four of Cups, the Lovers, Page of Crystals, Three of Wands, Emperor. Where to start? Cancer, I feel like that with this combo here, are we going to be any more here? Cancer, this may be a combo. We're going to make this a dual combo here, because we do got quite a bit of cards here. Let's switch back over. Because here's what's going down. Let's start with this Three of Wands. The Three of Wands, Aries energy, this Emperor. The Three of Wands is expansion. This is chasing after those dreams, or this is like taking this energy, like this transformations, it's like seeing them as a as like an opportunity for newness, for growth, transformations, and like I'm thinking like the Judgment card. It can seem uncomfortable at first because even, because like I'm even thinking about our culture, Cancer. Like at least like look at like when you think about like what's on television, it's like a lot of the same old type of reruns, where we tend to be, I feel like, a very nostalgic type, at least in like the sometimes, I feel like that there's a lot of nostalgia that gets kind of worked into like our media and to like the music and things. And it's not to say like this is a bad thing, but I feel like that sometimes we can stay so stuck in something and so afraid of what different looks like that we ignore the signals that there's change that needs to happen here. We see where we miss out on the messages here, the signs, the Ace of Wands, Cancer. And I feel like that this is a time for you to really connect with yourself. The Lovers is a divine connection with it's the fusion of masculine and feminine energies. It's that oneness with you, higher self, God, Buddha, Jesus, however we connect. And in really listening to that and embracing that energy is like, because I do, Cancer. I feel like that this is something where even if we're with, in a family, these changes do not have to compromise this, compromise your family. But this is something that we don't want to deny ourselves this opportunity to grow here, to deny that inner need to take our ideas and to create stuff and to bring those to light, Cancer, to rise up and take some action and to embrace the transformation boldly, And I hope that this is making sense, but it really is, Cancer. I just feel like that if we have things that we've been meaning to make more moments for, carving out the time for that, and not telling, and get out of the habit of saying that we don't have enough time for this and we don't have enough time for that, for things for us, Cancer, because it does, if we're not, it's like if we don't take the time for us, it's going to affect everyone around us ultimately, Cancer, and it's going to keep us in this Three of Crystals. So yeah, I think I'm gonna leave that there. But yeah, I feel like that, if there's something that's been nagging you, or if you've been feeling that there's a need for some changes, some freshness, breathing in some, because the pages are new ideas, they're opportunities, there's like in opportunities that. It's the page energy reminds me of like when you were a kid and they were like, hey, what do you want to be when you grow up? And it's just like, I'm gonna be a flying dragon. Back then nobody couldn't have told you nothing. You would have figured it out no matter what it took, Cancer. And that's what the Pages of Cups do. They figure out how to make time for their ideas and take time for them no matter what it takes, Cancer. And you know what I mean. It's not like, within reason. So and within reason, I hope that makes sense, Cancer. I think I'm gonna leave that there. So if something resonated with you, give it a thumbs up. And, share this, Cancer. This is one where, because I don't want it to make it seem like our family or our things are, I'm not trying to say that they're like burdens or anything like that. It's just balance, Cancer. Finding enough, just carving out a little bit of time for you to do some stuff for you, to do some growing yourself. And it's not to say that you haven't grown in this, or that you haven't been growing, but it's just like, is this is this the speed that you've wanted to do? And you know what? I'm even thinking, been doing like a little bit into numerologies. You got 3 of the 4 threes out of the minor arcanas, and the threes are very creative energy. It's very, very much page-like. So it's just doing some, just like, share this, Cancer. You know what? If you found the wisdom in there, share this, Cancer. I'm trying to force it. Let me just leave that there. And then if you haven't already, subscribe and hit that bell button. You get notified when I release videos each day. And then social media, I'm all up on Insight Timer. I have a Facebook too, and an Instagram, which, still working on following someone. I got to put that on I'm going to put it on the list at some point. But I'm on Insight Timer. That's been how I've been saying how I social media. It's a meditation app. It's free. You can have a premium version if you want, but it's a good old time. I made a group over there called Zodiacs, Raising the Vibration. And check that out, Cancer. It's a place to drop, affirmations, or uplifting messages, anything along those lines, and I drop stuff, daily there. So come check it out if you want. Just need like a little pick me up or just something, just a little nugget to raise your vibration, Cancer. And then lastly, check your sun, your moon, your rising, check your chart, Cancer. And then check out my channel, my other channel, Alchemist 8. I do weekly videos there with different monthly themes. I'm going to be switching up stuff here in the next couple weeks here. I'm excited. Got some new decks coming in. It'll be a good old time. And all that housekeeping down in the description box below. But let me get you a surprise card here, Cancer, so I can get you out of here. Interesting. Got the 9 of Cups here, Cancer. And with this 9 of Cups, I really feel like that this is about, just making sure, again, to take some time to fill up your cups. See how she's meditating on this little pond here. Got all the lotuses. She's looking real zen. And I don't know if I mentioned, Cancer, these aren't gender-specific readings. You are absolutely the zen right now, or at least that's where we're trying to get to. And I feel like that this 9 of Cups is just asking us to just carve out little just pockets for ourselves to just do some things just for us, Cancer. Just something that is going to, because when we do that, Cancer, it does help us grow, because when we 9 of Cups, that's getting us closer to 10 of Cups. That's our happiness, our fulfillment, our dreams, our deepest desires, our passion, the lovers. So, just whenever you get a chance, Cancer, and I feel like that it doesn't have to be at detriment to others, but if we keep letting it be at detriment to ourselves, it'll catch up, Cancer, and then the transformation, while it will still happen, it'll just might be just like a little uncomfortable. So just something to just something to keep in mind, Cancer. But I'll leave that there. Stay safe out there. And Cancer, you keep eyes on that moon. And I will catch you. And actually, Cancer, have a great weekend too. And I will catch you on the next one, Monday.